Okay, so first time I'm trying this in terms of trying to record myself, RGT, I'm overlaying Xert. So for those of you who don't know what Xert application is, don't want to go into too much detail, but putting it simply, it can detect how much power you've got at any given time throughout a workout or race. So 1249, the number in green there, it's my MPA, which stands for maximum power output. So at any given moment, right now, I should be able to produce that power for about 6 seconds. As soon as you start riding above threshold, which in my case is quite low, my threshold dropped massively over the last 3 months because I haven't been riding as much as I want to. So it's currently put my FTP at 215 watts, which is very low. I was around about 250, 260 throughout the summer. But then when you stop training as consistent and as often as you should, FTP drops. Now, whether I've really dropped to 212, 215, I don't know. I feel like my FTP is a little bit higher than this. And the only way to check and see whether Xert is spot on or not is for you to try and do what's called a breakthrough. Now, a breakthrough is basically me trying to bring my MPA down. So as soon as I start riding above threshold power, you're going to see this green number, the 1249, starting to drop down, which means that at that given time, because I'm riding above FTP, I'm only able to produce a certain amount of wattage. I can no longer produce my maximum power if I'm riding above FTP for a period of time. And the more you ride above FTP, the more that number drops. And if you come to the point where your current power that you're pushing it's the same as your MPA, so your MPA has dropped so much that it's basically the number that you're currently pushing. I'll be doing a breakthrough, so I would basically be saying to Xert, you can update my signature now because I'm stronger than what the system thinks I am. Usually it is spot on. It is so good. It's one of the best softwares that I've been using for the last 4 years or so. And the point of today's race, it's not so much about the racing itself. My form is miles from where I want it to be for me to try and achieve anything in a race. The reason I've done it is because I know I'm going to be pushing myself a lot here, and I'm going to try and get a breakthrough. That's the whole point of me doing this race today, because I want to try and push myself. Now, I do want to mention, as you can see, I'm moving a lot here. I'm doing this on the rollers. So I've got magnetic rollers, which were given to me by my friend David Wood. So they do have some resistance on them. I can't do full-on sprints on here. Obviously, I can't stand up, which makes things a little bit more challenging, not to mention all the moving around. I can't really switch off. It makes it a bit more interesting in a way. It makes it a bit more realistic to what RGT is offering, which is absolutely amazing. I prefer it so much more than Zwift, but that is another subject. So I've got 4 minutes. I should have really done a much longer warm-up. I'm going to try and throw in a couple of 30 seconds hard intervals, because with most races, including this one, it is going to start full on. As you can see in this little 30 seconds burst that I'm doing, because I'm cycling above FTP, my MPA starts depleting. So we can ignore the little target numbers on the side of my current power and the MPA power. Those targets today, if you're doing specific workouts in Xert, and obviously it will tell you what, either what power target to hold or how much it wants you to deplete your MPA in that given interval, or combination of the two. So you've got 47 riders currently so far. Probably there'll be a few more joining last minute. It seems quite a nice course, really. It's more or less downhill about 70% of the time. There's a little climb, and flattens out a little bit, and then there's another little climb towards the end. So I get my power through my crank here, so I'm using 4 eyes, left crank, power meter on a normal set of rollers. So I don't have any of the fancy smart trainers. I don't have erg mode. So I'm just going to try and push as hard as I can today and see what happens. Let's throw in another big interval here. Get the legs nice and warmed up. Okay. I've tried to hydrate myself prior to the race as much as I can. Haven't really eaten much. It's only 12:30. I don't really have big breakfast. Just a little bit of avocado and cottage cheese, so hardly any carbs. I have been on low carb diet for about 2 weeks now. So I do feel like my energy is going to be a little bit lower than I would want it to be for something like this, but let's see what happens. Right, 50 seconds. I mean, I'll be happy if I finish somewhere in the middle of the pack here. 20, 25, top 30, I'll be happy. Happy with top 30 if I can do that. Middle of the summer, I would have been aiming for top 15, possibly. And my watts per kilogram were about 2.5, 2.6 now. Well, just touching into 3, if that. So big drop, big drop. Okay, 10 seconds. I'm not going to be talking as much now. I mean, ideally, should be able to hold on with a nice little group here for most of the course until we hit that first climb. See how the legs feel. So as you can see, my MPA is dropping a little bit. It might recover. So as soon as you start pushing below FTP, it starts recovering. It's like a little battery. You use it, it drains, you stop using it, and it almost like it recharges itself. And it's only being used when you go above FTP. So you've got to be smart here in RGT. You do drafting, you don't want to be pushing too hard unless you're trying to break away. You don't want to be constantly going forward and back. You want to try and stay behind people's wheels if you are looking for that draft. As you can see here on the downhill, I'm saving between 100 and 300 watts at times. I think we're pretty much in one group at the moment. I guess if I'm going to have a breakthrough, because most of this is downhill, it won't happen until we hit that climb, which is fine. It's really hard to break away on a downhill because you save so much from drafting. You could literally be cruising behind people. We're doing less than 2 watts and they could be doing 4 or 5 in front and you're still right behind. So it's going to be very hard to break away here until the climb. Or you might even get something happening in that very first little yellow section coming up after the first percent. Do need to be careful though, easily be dropped and there's no catching, even on a downhill like it is in real life. Oh, you miss the break, unless they slow down, which they want, it's really hard. I mean, you're going to have to use a lot of energy to try and catch them, and then when you do, if they throw in an attack, that's it. The chances are that you probably won't be able to stick to it unless you're a very strong rider, unlike what I am at the moment. So I think someone's trying to break away there. It's so hard. I mean, pushing these watts on the climb, this guy would have opened up a nice gap by now, but they realise it's not worth it. They're going to save their energy, the climbers, for this, either this first skit, which is probably not worth it, but definitely for the first big climb coming up. I think the average percentage of this, because there's a lot of downhill, it's only 3%, but this red section looks steep. So my APA is dropped down to 954. It keeps going down because I keep doing these little bursts of power, a little attack here, which we've got to follow. There's no breakaways currently. I think we're still in one group. Oh no, I think we might have broken away a little bit. So you can see under people's names there's these little bars, different colour. It shows you roughly what power zone they're in. So as soon as you see that going in red, you know they're attacking. Or they're trying to put good power through the legs. Definitely makes the experience better, more realistic on the rollers. Oh, so easy to switch off as well here. You've got to constantly watch what the group is doing. I've just seen my mouse cursor right in the middle of the screen there. Apologies. Got to move it. I had to do some last minute changes and forgot to move it out the way. It's not disappearing for some reason. Should have. So my MPA has dropped to 800. So if at any point my current power meets my MPA, same number, or if my FTP and my current watch is above the MPA, it means that I'm having a breakthrough. It will improve my signature, and that's the aim of today's game. I'm not worried where I finish. I'm not worried about anything else other than this breakthrough, just to update my signature. And as you can see, people are doing all sorts of sprints to try not to get dropped. I'm slowly moving towards this first kick. I need to make sure I'm towards the front as we enter, because my climbing, it's not my strength. My current watts per kilograms are quite low as well, so I know I'm going to get dropped on that climb. Definitely on the second one, I'm going to try and hold on with this group on that first little kick. It would be nice if I can hold on to a little group on this second climb, so they can get me through it, and then just try and push through the last kind of flat bit. It seems like it starts with a little descent, then it evens out, and then it starts, percentage starts increasing a little bit. It goes into like orange, which means it's still going to be fairly steep, not too crazy. I'm not sure how much it's going to help staying behind people on that last climb. It's definitely not going to help on the one before that in red. We've got a feeling there's about 30 of us here or so, roughly. It's really hard to tell unless you're looking back, which you can do, but I don't want to be touching my phone because that's where you're watching my MPA currently, which is hovering around 770 to 800. It's not depleting anymore because we haven't really done any big efforts here, so I'm keeping my power either around my current FTP or a little bit below. So we're definitely going to deplete that when we get to this yellow, because I'm going to have to push some good power to stay in this group. I definitely don't want to lose them. So I can use the draft for the second part here, or for the second descent coming up. Pretty comfortable so far. My heart rate doesn't say that. That's another sign that is showing me that I'm definitely not where I should be fitness wise, but it's only the beginning of the year, so hopefully in the next few months things are going to improve. We've definitely dropped a few people back there, as you can see from the little graph underneath. There's a few riders quite far back still. I really can't tell how big this group here is, but definitely about 70-80% of the riders are still here. By the looks of it, at least 30, I reckon. But definitely 25. I think people are going to have to, we're going to try push for position before coming into this little kick. They're going to try and use it to break away, especially the climbers. This is their chance to drop some of the guys with big power, like sprinters, which can hold on to this quite comfortably. intrigued to see how much drafting is going to be affected here. There you go, we've got an attack, someone's going for it. White is definitely throwing an attack there. It seems like a few people are going to follow. Let's see what happens. Just about holding on here. Legs are starting to burn. MPA is dropping. Oh, it nearly came off there. Come on. I need to try and get a breakthrough. I'm not going to try and catch the other guys. I'm staying here. Alright, this is it. I'm in purple. It means I'm doing a breakthrough, which I'm chuffed with. That's my #1 goal for today complete. Now the point here is, how much can I improve my signature? I still want to stay with this group. I need someone in front of me. That's better. Take a few more watts here. Coming up to the top. The guys in front have 140 meters on us. There you go. Woo! Tough that was. Big climb is yet to come. It's going to hurt the legs. I'm definitely not going to try and hold on to anyone. It's not worth it. I'm going to find my old pace and just try and get through it. I just want to stay with these guys right till the beginning of that second climb. Wow. Oh, that was a big effort there from me to try and stay with these guys. Should be able to recover a little bit. So the more my MPA recovers, the better before going into the next climb. That is another way of looking at it, to know whether your legs are recovering based on how you're racing, how much power you put in. Good, heart rate's dropping. MPA still at 211. Quite surprising. It's not started to recover yet. I can definitely produce a lot more than 211 currently. So maybe because I had a breakthrough, something happened to the system there. So we'll see. I'm just going to keep doing my thing here. Stay with these guys. It's quite annoying that my MPA is not recovering back up. I'm not able to show you Xert to its full potential. It should have ideally update my signature in real time, so as I'm doing a breakthrough, it should be able to give me my new signature. Aha, there you go. I've probably depleted it too much, so only now it's starting to recover. Okay. Good. So it's quite clear that all these guys must be pretty tired. Nobody's really going for it here. Everyone's really just waiting for the next climb. So I'm going to try and do another breakthrough here. on the next climb. So I'm going to try and push above STP, bring my MPA down again. Obviously it's going to count the better of the two. And if I feel good, I might even push on the last one. So 26 minutes in, with 2 climbs coming in, this is definitely going to go an hour plus, considering we've been descending for most of this time, and it's taken us 26 minutes and we're not even halfway, so it's going to go way beyond an hour here. So I think that might be the last person in this group here. The next person behind me, it was showing it was about 500 meters. So that's 23 with yep. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 10 of us here. There's 13 guys in front. I'll be really happy if I can stay top 25, hopefully. Not too many people are able to catch me on this climb coming up. Let's see. This course I'm doing, by the way, it's part of a series. I think this is number 12 or 14, something like this. Some of these guys have been racing, all of them, which I think they get 2 rest days a week. And there've been some great courses. There've been a few where it's pure climbing from the start. There was a really interesting one. It was a 9-kilometer time trial yesterday. Obviously it was a mass start. The drafting was switched off. So it was basically you riding, only using your own power. You're not getting any help from anyone. And it was mainly downhill. But they must have done some great speed on there. I was actually going to try and watch it. They do show most of these live. Some people stream them. But I forgot. And as I was preparing to do a workout today, I thought to myself, well, let me see if there's a race on. Because that's going to definitely push me. And there was. And it did. So, if you haven't tried RGT, amazing platform. Even if you are a massive Zwift user, you should definitely give it a go. It's free to use. If you're joining a ride or a race, you don't need a premium version to join in. You only need it if you want to create your own races or your own club rides. There's so much more to it. And then definitely check out Xert. Xert. Mind-blowing. I mean, I can't even go into a fraction of what Xert can do to you as a cyclist. Very different from Trainer Rogue. I used to use Trainer Rogue for years. I found Xert switched instantly. So check it out. MPA definitely recovering nicely here. If I can get into the next climb with 850, 900 in the tank, it means I'll be able to push some good power for at least 1/3 of it in. Wow, the group in front of us opened up a really big gap. They were only about 200 meters. I didn't really see towards the end, but I must have been about 200 meters or so at the top of that first little kick. And it's now 850 coming into the climb. I must have been really pushing it. And like I said, this is a chance of the climbers to get a head start before the climb, but it's so hard to break away. I doubt that anyone's managed to break away in that first group. So tough on a descent to do that. Very much doable on the flat. Here we're just saving too many watts in drafting. So I'm just seeing on the right there, they're writing as the next climb. It's about 20 to 25 minute long. Oh dear, that's gonna hurt. Well, do my best, see what happens. Tell you what, it really doesn't help that you can't get off the saddle. It'd be so nice to put the gears up and just climb off the saddle for a bit, but you know. I'm just gonna have to grind it in. Alright, seems like this is it, we're right at the bottom of it. Get ready. MPA 980. So I should have some in the tank if I am going by this number. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to stay with these guys. I'm not sure if that's average or just this bit. The group is breaking. I'm not going to try and catch these guys. I'm going to waste too much energy. My goal is to not let the people catch me as much as I can. Oh, look at the guys in front. 5 to 6 watts per kilogram they're pushing. They're going to split now. Seems like definitely pulling away from them. Oh, easy. Now I feel like they're still together there. Maybe a few meters. Right, the guy behind me is closing in, but he's pushing some big power. I'm going to do as much as I can here. Just going to try and stay above 210, 220. I'm going to start a lap actually to monitor that. Seems like the guys in front of me have settled in. Page is closing in. There's someone else behind me earlier, so I don't know if it's a he or she. My sheet is definitely putting some good power behind me. She's catching up fast. My legs are starting to feel it here. Struggling to hold that. I still want to come off the saddle for 20-30 seconds. I might be able to do another breakthrough. That MPA is depleting. Feels like we're halfway through on a climb, roughly. Long way to go, about 10 minutes or so I guess. Starting my lap a few minutes in. I've done 7.5 minutes, average 2:27. So the heart rate's not too bad. I was expecting it to be close to my max. It's quite good to see. Max being 195. Oh, lots of people are coming in behind me. And a great watts per kilogram from Derga. Ben is either waiting for me or he's done. And I'm close to it as well. Trying to push through as long as I can. Maybe we can stay together to the top. Help mentor each other. Wow, look at the flown past us. Great power. Wow, really starting to feel it now. I'll have to ease off a little bit. Legs are tiring. Long way to go. Whoa, lots of people coming behind. Bloody hell. That's my top 25 on the line. I definitely won't be overtaking these guys anywhere. Oh, this seems to break it up a little bit. I feel like I'm using my muscles in a different way, probably not ideal. Almost at the top. 200 meters. The slope is dropping slowly from 7 down to 6.2. So the little group that I was in, they're just coming up to the top of it now. And the big group in front, 13 riders, massively split. Our legs on fire. It seems like the two riders behind me are together, so we might create a nice little, well, the three of us could ride towards the last little climb. Well, if nobody catches us, we've got a chance to try and outsprint these guys. Well, if I can climb with them on this last little kick. It's going to be tough, might be doable. Wow. Okay, little recovery. Let the MPA recover. No, I don't want to go in front. Rest. Hey, what are you trying to do? Why? Just ride together. I will take a turn once I'm rested Right. No more attacks. Hopefully we can stay as we are all the way to the bottom of this last climb, which doesn't seem as steep. It'll probably be a good, 3% still, so possibly a little bit of drafting there. I should be able to try and stay with these guys. Let me do a bit of riding. No, I don't want to. Okay. Seems like there is a rider in front of us that we seem to be catching up to. He's dropped from the front. So there'll be 4 of us hopefully going into this last climb. Quite good. Yeah, he's definitely waiting for us. He wants to join a little group here. Probably wise. Much harder to ride on your own. Not worth it here on the flat if you can find a little group that you can stay with. Obviously on the climb you do as much as you can. Well, I think we've opened up enough gap. I'm going to let Ben sprint for that because we're going to catch them anyway. So it was a silly waste of energy that, if you ask me. Unnecessary. I'm going to be very happy if I manage to get to my target of top 25, which I gave myself at the beginning. See how the legs feel in this last little kick here. 180 meters of climbing, they said. It's going to be quite hard, I think. Someone's already finished. Well done to them. Good job. Smashing work. Oh, legs are tired. What have we got? 4%. I don't know. Not sure I'm going to be able to hold on to these guys. Legs are very tired now. My 25th place is slipping away. Oh, yeah. Oh, my leg, right calf is starting to crump. Please don't. Honey. Can you put some water in there, please, Daddy? From the tap, from the bath, from the toilet. Cold water, please. Thank you, Dada. Good girl. Let's see if we can deplete the MPA one more time. Wow. Go on a little bit longer. Downhill to finish. This is really it. Last push. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to close on Ben. Too far ahead. Seems like I've broken away from the guy behind. Oh, I shouldn't let him catch me. Oh, something's happened to Benny. Stopped. Oh, I might get my 25th album after all. How unlucky was that? Something's happened to his trainer, or he decided to stop. That's why you should never give up. A pure example of why you should never give up. Always aim for your goals. Oh, he's going to try and catch me now. I must not let him. He's going to try his best. Oh, his chain dropped. How unlucky. Here is top of the climb. One K to go. Easy finish. Wow. Really chuffed with that. Good work. Wow. Blimey. That was tough. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'm quite pleased I've managed to basically do the three things that I wanted to do a breakthrough, then try to do it 2 more times, or try and bring my MPA down on the next 2 climbs, which I did, and I managed to finish top 25 with a bit of luck, but hey ho. Thanks everyone, see you again.